So this will be my simple iron body training routine. And reason why I mean it's simple, of course, is it only is going to require 3 items and a few set of exercises. So it's not going to be long. What I mean that, and you can probably do it daily compared to doing a full, down to scale routine where you work on kicks, punching, like trees, scraping. That might take a longer time. You don't always have the potential to do it every day, time wise, or you're just getting the equipment. But this is a nice way to keep up doing your iron body training when you don't have time, maybe 5-10 minutes before you go to bed. You can rest up. It's a nice little routine. And I would like to share that with you. And if you watch the video, we'll start right now. So for my personal routine, here are some items you would need. Now, first one, it's a little more complicated, is a simple bag. You can fill either with rice, sand, or beans, what I have. So tie the nozzle, find a pretty good one, doesn't matter what type of bag it is. But something like that. We're going to focus on these kind of exercises. So put that aside. Next, want a dough roller. You can pretty much pick this up maybe around $5 to $10 in between that range. Find a used one, maybe around your house. Doesn't matter, but you want a wooden one, maybe a stone one, but should have the 2 handles. I mean, usually anything, as long as it rolls, it's kind of smooth, doesn't have cracks, doesn't have, any nails sticking out, you're pretty much good to go. And thirdly, what you'll need is a simple wooden plank. Actually, I have 2. One like this. You can use this one if you want, but for a few reasons, what I've done is I took the plank, wrapped an old towel around it, some rubber bands or ropes, whatever you use, and it provides a little padding. It's still strong because this is pretty thin. It's almost like a t-shirt. But in case you get a splinter or something, it's going to kind of prevent that. It's because we don't want splinters. We want to strengthen our knuckles. We want to strengthen our bones. So that's the main reason I use this. And in case you do bleed, we have a towel ready for you. So try not to though, but you get the point. All right. So we will begin by starting with our wooden plank. Now, of course, if you don't have a towel, I recommend it. You don't have to. Just make sure the wooden plank you're using doesn't have any splinters, any nails sticking out, stuff like that. It should be smooth but hard. All right, we begin with the first exercise. What you do is you just place your 2 upper knuckles right here, as you see. Either here or here. You're pretty much, I will start here because this is simple, no punching. You get in a push-up position and you just hold it. Now let's say it gets too hard, you can put a knee down, try to keep the other one up, or put 2 knees down, depending on how much. But you don't want to lean back like this. You kind of, even if you're on your knees, you want to lean forward into it so you apply all the pressure right here on the 2 knuckles. You see? You can see the pressure already. And you will hold that about for 30 seconds to a minute to start off, but try to work yourself up to at least 3 to 5 minutes, depending. So, all right. So like that. Then once you're done, just rub your knuckles a bit. Circular motion. Get that flow back of blood. And that's the first thing. So what I start is 1 minute of this. Next, you would move on to doing light punches. Now for this, you do a punch press. What I mean by that is you don't just punch randomly. You kind of punch slow, but you press into it, so it looks like this. It's more of like you're applying pressure and then pushing at the end. So it's not just striking. And you'll go for about 20 to 10 reps. Yeah, remember, you're focusing on the 2 knuckles here. So it's not just the whole fist. Boom, you're driving in. So it's like, all right. All right, next one. It's all right if you have a young when you start off, but just remember, focusing on these 2. And just press, all right? Once you're done, rub the knuckles again. Stretch out if you need to. And we'll go to the next exercise. Next, what we'll do is we'll get our dough roller. And we're going to do 2 exercises. The first one, we're going to focus again on the forearms. So you'll be right here. Now what you can do, of course, is put your legs out straight, put this in the middle, and you're going to roll down. You can hold with one arm, then just roll down. So try to aim focusing on the forearm right here. So it'll be 1, 2, 3, like that. You're placing it, rolling it down. Of course, you can change the angle of your arm depending. But usually focus on this bone right here. 9, 10. So I'll do 10 for this one just to save time, but you'll do about 20 to 30. So 60, depending how you go. You can even start with 5. But that's a little bit too little. So if it hurts a bit, go lighter at your own pace, but pretty much that's what you're doing. You're going down. And you can even alternate as long as it stays in place. See, that's why I don't like usually you hold, but if you got a good enough grip, you can just keep changing. Even set up a timer. Don't go by reps, just go with the time. It's number control. You don't slam it down. You roll it down. So we're focusing on this arm. Then, of course, once you finish, wrap down so you can see it's a little bit red. Working at that bone right there. Alright, next we'll do our shins. So since we're here, just roll it up. Then you roll for about 50 to 100 reps. Now, if you still notice here, it'll be a lot of meat. Most of the bone is on this angle, so instead of just rubbing one way, you kind of roll around here. Usually if you rub here, it's doing you nothing. It's usually that bone right here. Nine. All right. All right, so once you get about that done, just gonna roll same way, pushing the blood down. Also, what this does when you push it down, it helps reduce helps increase circulation and reduce the blood clot. Also bruising. So if you don't want any bruising, want to heal faster, you just do this. Push it down. Now for the other leg. Now if you're starting off, of course, use it easy, go at your own pace. You can even just apply it very, very lightly. Use 2 fingers. And of course, you're not pressing in all the way. At least not yet. For me, it's about average, you know. Half the force, so it's not all the way. So you would do that. And again, once you finish about 30, 50 reps around there, or 100, depending how much you do, place it down, same thing. Rub it in. It's kind of like you're grabbing your leg, you're pushing that in. It's like you're trying to push your leg into your foot. All right, and that's about it. Now next, let's not forget about our beanbag right here. Now this one's very simple, and you might have seen in some Kung Fu styles, which pretty much I got the idea from. And one usually you strike once, you flip over like this way. Now what I used to do before was do like 50 of these, 50 of these, and so on. But I know that's a little time consuming, so to save time and get a more efficient exercise, what I did is combine it into a combo. So you'll start here, flip over, you strike, you grab, and then you punch. That'll be 1 rep, and then you repeat that. So watch again. First one is you strike, like you're slapping something down, like that. Then you would flip your arm, essentially hitting all the bones in this arm. So it's like you're kind of dropping and slamming. Then you would pick up your arm, do a knife hand. So you're striking the wrist side of your hand. And after that, you'll focus on your grip and your fingertips. So you kind of strike down and grab it a little bit. Like that, like an eagle, like a hawk. You grab the mouse or the prey. After the grip, you work on the punch. Now see how this bag is sliding? What I like to do is put it down and fold it. That way you see the beads. stay more in place instead of going around. So let's just do 10 sets, or 10 reps, so you can kind of see the exercise how it goes. So now I'll show you how this would look like in a set going back and forth. I'll try for 10 reps per hand. So let us begin. So let's begin. Now I'll show you how the set might work up. You can use a timer or do at least 10 to 20 reps. It'll look like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. See, it's kind of easy to forget. So just learn to focus on the rhythm. And last one. And you would just switch. 2, 3. It's okay if you mess up the order. Like, see, sometimes you might start. Just try to get all the exercises in. So you can do punch, either way. They just help keep the form. And you can just mix it up. If you like, you can just repeat one exercise, change it, just do back and forth, whatever's more comfortable. But those are the main moves I just like doing. You can see it's a little red. Doesn't hurt, it's just circulation around the blood. Now, since it's beads or sand, it's a little lighter than, of course, if you would do it with something like this. Especially at the fingertips. Now, doing it a little bit might hurt, but a little more used to it since the bones get a little stronger. But I wouldn't recommend doing it on this. Only for punching and holding. Maybe a few like elbow strikes. You can do that as well. So something like this, but I usually like using a tree or a smooth pole and then doing like a routine. Maybe I'll post that later. But for the sake of this, recommend using this and go slowly. Don't just slap it. Don't go like full force. Lightly, but with control. Go as your body feels. And now, of course, let's talk about the after or the healing. Now, usually I don't really need it much, like the did that jump, unless I trained a long session. I might have a little bit of bruising, or my hands swell up just a little bit. Well, in that case, I'll use some did that gel like this. So, for example, I don't think I posted, but you can use something like this. Usually I don't need it now since it's a light exercise, but might as well just show you. What I would do is get something like this out, or just a little on your hand, and then rub it around the area. Get it goodly in there, and that helps prevent, bruising. Also helps you heal faster, and overall, if you did any iron body training or type of stuff, you'll probably be more familiar with the gel and different healing things. Maybe I'll post a whole video of many different things you can use to heal. And speaking of that, I have my own gel brewing, which I'll post in another video. So pretty much that's the whole little iron body like routine I can do, usually in the night or in the morning. Usually preferably in the night once you finish training. So just to recap, number, you will hold your plank on the 2 knuckles for about 1 minute to 3 minutes, depending on how much you can do, or 30 seconds. You do your punching. Now, if this is too hard, of course, you could wrap another blanket, so, maybe like another piece of cloth to start off, take it off. Maybe you can use the wood, but the reason I don't like, see how it has cracks? It has splinters, no really point. Because I got that, it's not really fun when you have the splinter, especially if you punch the splinter in. Kind of see what I mean. But you'll do, so number, hold it for 1 minute, 10 to 20 punches, alternating. Then you'll take your dough roller, roll around your forearms, about 30 to 50, and 30 to 50 of these. For the shins, and remember, both the elbow, you rub downward. After that, just pick up your bean bag, a rice bag, and do that simple routine. And that's about it. Just keeping it simple, and so I can at least maintain it. Now, of course, it's not a full iron body. There's so many more things you can do, but when you're at home, you know, you don't have much time, or whatever the reason is, it's just very simple. You see, you can find this, any bag, rice bag, you can buy a bag, fill it, whatever. You don't have rice, you don't have beans, use sand. A plank, on the other hand, you could probably find it, either cheap or outside. Wrap a cheap towel, rubber bands, cost you nothing. Use a rope, use string, use shoelace. Wrap around, there you go. Anyone can probably make this. But if you're beginning, like I said, you know, maybe consult with a physician. Try it out, and if you are gonna do it, start off always slow. It's really easy, you know, you get eager, you start punching, and then you just end up hurting yourself. So go lightly. Even see, I might have been doing this for a little bit. I wouldn't say a while, but you me, I try to go a little lighter, slower. You don't just punch, like you see. It's all about control and force, and more about its pressing. That's what makes the bones grow. When you apply or you press the pressure, then it helps it grow. Combined with that jiao, the right diet, training, and then healing, of course. That's what makes your bones thicker and more durable. It's training. So, all right. So that's been my simple iron body training routine. Now, what we focused on this video was our two knuckles, so our punching, a little bit of our wrists, a little bit of, you know, overall the hands, a bit of our shins, our forearms, and pretty much it. Of course, a full iron body, maybe I'll do that later. It's going to focus on a lot more stuff, is like your forehead, maybe headstands, all that good stuff. Even though a full headstand, I'm not still up to that yet. Gradually training myself. But something like this is just simple. Once I get better or have more time, I'll post a more detailed video where we'll do a full iron body training routine. Now, if you like that video, I'll post some older videos, of course. You can combine with this one and overall just see, work your own routines. And if you know more or you have any tips on iron body training, feel free to share with us and post in the link below or in the comments, whatever you like. And so, you know, we're all in this together. Which is training's not, I'm the expert here. I'm not even an expert. Usually I do what worked for me. Might not always work for you, but like I said, try anything that's new, safely and slowly. That's what I'm saying. Go at a slow pace. You know, if you're punching, start light punching or just hold. If something seems to hurt, you know, lay it off. Try it out a bit later. Ease the tension, ease the reps, and kind of work yourself up. It's good to be safe, but don't be too safe. You know, just don't be like an idiot, do something really stupid. I mean, been a lot of stories like that. That's when hardcore started punching, then my knuckle leader bleed or I got a splinter. And that's pretty much what I'm telling you, because I have a little bit of experience with all that. And you don't want to screw up. Lucky for me, it wasn't something bad, but you know, you could punch and break your fist, break your arm. So go easy and then gradually increase, just like anything else. So other than that, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.